Small businesses often operate in a state of digital fragmentation. Customer records live in a CRM, billing happens in a separate accounting tool, and scheduling is managed through yet another disconnected platform. When these systems cannot communicate natively, operators rely on manual data entry or fragile third-party integrations. Data drops between platforms, and countless hours are lost each week migrating information from one silo to another. The traditional response is to hire an agency, but service agencies operate on a linear labor model. Their output is strictly capped by the billable hours of their human staff. C-Squared Advisory is an outlier in this space. It is a solo consultancy that manages the technical depth and concurrent client volume typically associated with a full-service agency team. This output is generated by replacing human administration with automated deterministic software pipelines that execute back-end operations on a continuous cycle. This approach shifts the primary engine of the firm from human intervention to a software-orchestrated platform architecture. The foundation of this architecture is a structured, self-updating intelligence system assigned to every client, called a BizBrain. Every file passes through a strict Boolean safety gate. Sensitive data routes to a locked internal path. Everything else goes to the external directory. When a prospect advances, the system provisions this entire directory structure instantly, generating internal configuration files before the first call. Operating within this structure is the entity watchdog. This system monitors meeting transcripts and incoming communications for mentions of people, companies, and projects. When the watchdog identifies a new contact or project alias, it cross-references the mention against a master index and autonomously updates the corresponding brain records. This structured memory architecture centralizes all client context. It allows the operator to focus on system strategy, while the infrastructure handles the administrative data entry. Above the data layer is the compute layer. The C-Squared Autopilot is an orchestration engine that runs a full system scan across all active client brains every 30 minutes. During each cycle, the engine evaluates the current state of a client's brain against a library of codified process playbooks, ranging from transcript ingestion to report generation. This matrix governs execution. The autopilot plots the task's confidence score against the client's predefined autonomy level. A low autonomy level forces tasks into a manual review queue. As trust is established, raising the autonomy level dynamically expands the auto-execution zone. The system operates on a continuous feedback loop. It tracks which proposed tasks the operator approves or rejects, adjusting its internal confidence scoring for future cycles. This intersection of confidence scores and autonomy levels creates a scalable digital workforce that executes high-probability tasks without constant human oversight. The communications engine manages client inputs through dedicated intake domains. These are provisioned via Cloudflare routing, ensuring every client has a direct, tracked line of communication. Every outbound message is analyzed through a 5-parameter risk scoring matrix, evaluating financial implications, commitments, emotional sensitivity, ambiguity, and novelty. If a promised or dollar amount pushes the composite score above a specific threshold, the message is routed to a mandatory review queue. The system also utilizes hard safety overrides. Any mention of pricing or complex legal terms, or keywords indicating client frustration, instantly triggers a manual review. Once a message is cleared for sending, the voice engine shapes the final output. It cross-references the sender, the receiver's formality profile, and a custom style guide for consistent tone. The architecture is enforced by a comms gate. This pre-tool use hook physically blocks the operator from bypassing the scoring pipeline, ensuring no manual messages are sent without undergoing the risk evaluation. These unbendable guardrails allow for AI-assisted communication in high-stakes environments without compromising professional standards or operational safety. The internal architecture translates into the client experience through interactive portals. These dashboards are populated with the client's actual business data and project status. To maintain security in this multi-tenant environment, the system utilizes row-level security, ensuring that each client's database records are strictly siloed and inaccessible to others. For high-fidelity reporting, the system uses the Document Factory, an automated pipeline that generates professional proposals and business reviews. A single command pulls data from the BizBrain and renders it through a pipeline, instantly converting raw data into a branded professional document. The system applies the SCQA framework to structure the narrative, while programmatically enforcing exact brand hex codes and typography. By combining live dashboards with polished reporting, The platform creates ethical stickiness. Clients retain the service because the system provides operational clarity that is difficult to replicate elsewhere. This entire operational structure functions as an intellectual property retention engine. The model is reinforced by the legal structure. Custom features are classified as configurations of the core C-squared platform, which remains the property of the firm. This creates a compounding effect. When the system is upgraded to solve a problem for one client, that improvement is instantly propagated across the entire platform for all other clients. This model allows for nonlinear growth, moving away from the traditional agency cycle of trading unscalable human hours for dollars. The enterprise market is already familiar with this dynamic, as clients increasingly prioritize SaaS-based subscription models and hosted deployments over manual service contracts. Quarterly business reviews quantify these automated savings in specific dollar amounts, framing the relationship as a high ROI software investment. As the underlying platform grows more capable with each engagement, it creates a self-sustaining pipeline fueled by organic referrals. This architecture enables a single operator to maintain a deterministic, continually evolving technology ecosystem that handles the complexity of multiple high-value implementations.